With a new school year just getting started, some of you may have done a little back-to-school shopping. So let's say you bought 5 t-shirts that were $12 each and 3 pairs of pants that were $40 each. How much did you spend? Oh, sorry, I forgot. The t-shirts were on sale. They were $3 off each one. And your dear Aunt Sally gave you a gift certificate for your birthday worth $50. Now how much did you spend? Welcome to Anywhere Math. I'm Jeff Jacobson, and today, you may have guessed, we're talking about order of operations. Now let's talk about that back-to-school shopping. Let's start with the t-shirts. The t-shirts, if you remember, were $12 each to begin with, but then they were on sale. They were $3 off, each of them. So if we subtract 3, that would give us $9 for each t-shirt, right? You bought 5 of them. So the t-shirts cost $45. Okay, that's the t-shirts. Well, how about the pants? The pants were $40. We bought 3 of those. No sale, unfortunately, so those were $120. If we add those two up, that's pants. If we add those two up, we get $165. But your dear Aunt Sally gave you a gift certificate on your birthday worth $50, so we're going to subtract 50, which gives us a grand total of $115. Now we could solve the same problem using a numerical expression and the order of operations. But first, let's talk about what these order of operations are. As the name suggests, it's basically an order that you do the operations in. That's all it is. It's a set of rules that we use so that when we get a problem, an expression, everybody will get the same answer if they do it correctly. People won't do it 2 different ways and get 2 different answers. So the operation that we do first is anything in parentheses. After you do anything in parentheses, next, if you have any exponents, you take care of those. After that, the next operation is multiply or divide. Now notice I say or. Multiplying doesn't always come before the division. It's whichever one, multiply or divide, comes first going left to right. Multiply or divide, left to right. And finally, we either add or subtract. Again, notice the or. Add or subtract, going from left to right. So these are the order of operations, and this is what we are going to use to evaluate numerical expressions. Okay, for our first example, let's evaluate a numerical expression. Let's do the exact problem about the back-to-school clothes. So first, let's write the actual expression. If you remember, we talked about t-shirts were $12, but then they were $3 off. So 12 minus 3. That's going to represent the cost of the t-shirts. We bought 5 of those, so we're going to multiply that by 5. Okay. Then we also have to add the cost of the pants. We bought pants that were, what were they, $40 each, and we bought 3 of them, so 3 times 40 each. But then at the end, we had our gift certificate from old dear Aunt Sally. And so we're going to subtract $50. That's how much we had worth of a gift certificate. here is our numerical expression. If you look at the instructions, evaluate the following numerical expression. If you remember from the last video, evaluate just means to find the value. All we do is, this is kind of complicated, we're going to break it down until we get one value. A numerical expression. Well, numerical just means it has numbers, and an expression is just like a phrase, a mathematical phrase in this case. A numerical expression, more specifically, has numbers and operations. It has to have operations. So you see we've got multiplication, subtraction, addition. Those are the operations. So that's what a numerical expression is. So what are we going to do first? Well, hopefully you remember we need to use those order of operations. And a quick and easy way to remember is, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. See if you got that joke from earlier. PEMDAS for short. Parentheses. Exponents. Multiply or divide. Now, multiplication doesn't always come before division, so I'm going to write it like this, because we don't know which one's coming first. We have to go left to right. And then finally, addition or subtraction. So some people remember PEMDAS, some people remember, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, who gave us that gift certificate. So let's do it. First up, parentheses. Do we have any parentheses? Yes, we do right here. So that's what we got to take care of first. So 12 minus 3 is 9. The key when solving order of operations problems or evaluating numerical expressions is to do one step at a time. The most common mistake I see students do is they try to do too many things at once, and that gets them in trouble. So try to just do one step at a time. So I'm only doing the parentheses, so the 5 is still there, plus the 3 times 40 minus 50, okay? Parentheses are done, so now we're going to go to exponents. Well, if we look, there are no exponents, so we're done with that. Now, multiply or divide, whichever comes first, left to right. So if I'm going left to right, here's multiplication. 5 times 9 is 45. I still have the plus 3 times 40 minus 50. Am I done with multiplication or division? No, I have another multiplication here. So now 45 stays the same, plus 3 times 40, which is 120, minus 50. We're done with multiplication and division, so now our last step is addition or subtraction, whichever comes first, left to right. So notice we have both, but this addition comes first, going left to right. So I'm going to add 45 and 120, which is 165 minus 50. So our final, the difference here is 115, which is exactly what we got when we did it the first time. Let's try another example. All right, here's example 2. We got to evaluate this numerical expression. And feel free to pause the video if you want to try this on your own first. Well, to do this, we got to remember the order of operations, obviously, and we know that parentheses come first. Well, if you look, we have two things that we could possibly do inside the parentheses. We have addition, we have an exponent. When you have parentheses and you have more than one operation inside the parentheses, you use the order of operations inside the parentheses to figure that out. So we know that exponents would come before addition, so that's what we're going to do. Again, I'm going to do one step at a time, and I'm always going down to help stay organized. So 30 divided by 7 plus, well, 2 cubed. Hopefully from the last video, remember 2 cubed means 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. I still have that times 6 at the end. My parentheses aren't done. I still got to do this addition, so I still have that 30 divided by 7 plus 8 is 15 times 6. Now, parentheses are done. There's no exponents here. We already did that at the beginning. Now we're to multiply or divide going left to right. We had division and multiplication, but left to right, this division comes first. So 30 divided by 15 is 2, and 2 times 6 is 12. Here's some to try on your own. Okay, let's do another example. So evaluate this numerical expression. Same thing, order of operations. We're going to do parentheses first. And again, if you want to pause it and do it on your own, go for it. So parentheses, I'm going to do 6 plus 1, which is 7. I'm going to keep those parentheses there because I have a number right next to the parentheses. And we haven't talked about that yet, but we'll get to it. So now after parentheses, there's nothing I can do inside the parentheses, so I'm going to leave it alone. And next would be exponents. So 2 squared is just 2 times 2, which is 4. So 15 minus 4, 7 divided by 4. Now, this is new. When you have a number next to parentheses, that's just a way of showing multiplication. It's kind of just a shortcut. Instead of drawing an X for multiplication or a dot, we can just put it next to the parentheses. And you'll see that a lot when you get into algebra, pre-algebra and algebra. So that means multiplication, and now we have multiplication and division going left to right. That multiplication comes first. So I've got 15 minus 4 times 7 is 28 divided by 4. I'm not going to do the subtraction because I have division, which comes before. So 28 divided by 4 is 7, and 15 minus 7 is 8. Thanks for watching, and if you like this video, please subscribe.